Yeah, so our search started out to be pretty successful. A couple of group members reached out to Logitech professionals through LinkedIn, and we wanted to see if anyone would be willing to collaborate with us on this project. So after a little bit, we got a response from a company leader actually in the HR space and set up an initial call to connect with her. Our group actually connected with her on a lot of levels. She also went to college at a school in Michigan, and she's currently working remotely for Logitech, even though it's based out in California, from her home here in the Metro Detroit area. So she was super excited that our group chose Logitech to study for this project and seemed really enthusiastic to help us out with this. So our group remained in contact with her as the deadline was approaching. We had some communications back and forth, and she told us that she actually may have a connection or know someone who went through some of the actual talent development programs that we looked at in the first half of the project and was going to reach out to them for us to see if they would be interested in working with us and collaborating on this project as well. She assured us if she couldn't find them, she would at least be able to answer some questions about the program. She knew a little bit about them in the Logitech culture just in general, and was really excited to learn more about our research and the project we did the first half of the semester. So it turns out the contact she reached out to didn't end up working out, which wasn't a huge deal. We set up a time to meet actually this Monday to just complete and do the interview with her. So needless to say, when the time to complete the interview rolled around, our interactions with her completely pivoted. She texted me to push our Monday meeting to Tuesday, which was totally fine. I happily agreed with. We still have plenty of time. And then I essentially hadn't heard from her again. I tried to reach out to her on Tuesday afternoon after not hearing anything from her all day. No response. I tried again on Wednesday, again on Thursday, no response. We kind of started to freak out, and when she finally returned my messages late Thursday afternoon into the evening, much later than we initially wished to do the interview, her demeanor was totally different, and she really caught us off guard. She told us that she hadn't gotten approval to speak to us and she wouldn't be able to do the interview, which was really strange. So I asked her if we could just have a conversation about maybe her history with the company, her favorite things about working at Logitech, how she described the culture, just super basic surface level questions that would help us spark a further conversation, even if we weren't really able to touch on great detail about the talent development programs themselves. She then told me she couldn't answer any questions at all without approval, even those simple just culture ones and talking about her job that I was asking. We understood that there are some things that you can't share about a company, and that's totally fine. We totally understood that, but to turn around and say that she couldn't even tell us about her time at the company and what she likes best about her job was just really shocking to us and something that no one in our group has ever encountered before when interacting with any sort of professional at different companies. So as many of you guys know, we looked at the culture of Logitech in our project the first half of the semester. And we noticed common phrases like people matter most and fostering a culture of learning and feeling inspired by our company's purpose and making contributions that matter were very common across their website and of various documents and reports and everything the company put out to the public. But these statements completely juxtaposed everything we'd gathered from our interview experience. We found the fact that our contact didn't inform us about getting further approval until days after we scheduled the interview, let alone days before our project was due, when most likely she knew it would be an issue. And just the company's overall policies around their employees sharing really anything about their experience at all just really caught us off guard and was really surprising, and definitely contradicted the views that we had on the company culture and the environment of Logitech that we gathered from the first half of the semester. So needless to say, we learned more about how this company is structured from this kind of frustrating interview process than maybe we would have before had we not been tasked with doing this for the second half of our project. So not all was lost. We've learned a lot through this experience. And I want to make it clear, we aren't saying this is a bad company by any means. We can't jump to that conclusion through just our one interaction and bad experience that we had. We just wanted to share that we were really surprised by how this all played out, given what we thought we knew about the company before our earlier research and the energy in our early interactions with our contact.
for us, it's more of a speed of execution and a quality of that execution play. We can go across the whole gamut of whether it be we need something done on a very sort of tactical level or a one-off project level, or whether we need some more strategic thought leadership style partnership. And I think certainly looking at it that way, and with a procurement lens particularly, we're a small procurement team, like I say. We partner with our larger spend areas on our larger suppliers. There's a lot of self-directed procurement goes on at Logitech, and that's fine with us. We have to be very cognizant of the fact that we're a lean team. We want our people to be doing the most valuable thing that they can with our lean team resources, leaning on Upwork people for whether it be graphic design or other aspects that they do. If that can get done, leaving that team to then do their core responsibilities, that sort of tactical end of the spectrum, that's great. But that market only has a certain aspect of talent on, of course. The bigger opportunity as we saw it was, can we borrow expertise at a thought leadership perspective, a real industry expert perspective, strategizing on new areas of interest for us? And I wasn't aware of that, I think, when I first started looking into on-demand talent. I didn't know that existed, but I now know it does, of course. And I think that's an area that's really of interest for us, that we're probably looking at maybe an efficiency or a speed play with the more tactical level of work, particularly given we're a lean team, and can we reduce some of the pressures on that lean team? And then with the strategic things, it's probably more about extending our impact, going into new areas of business, getting that expertise on that on-demand basis to really leverage that for those strategic, extending our capabilities type projects. Getting to the heart of it, one of the key things that we'd like to achieve here really is that we have an ethos or a mantra even nearly about trying to do more with less. And historically that's been doing it ourselves, which is by definition doing more with less. But I think looking at the future of Logitech and on-demand talent, getting the right talent in place at the right time on the right project can really emphasize that difference, I think, between really growing what we are doing with relatively small cost or impact to the bottom line of the business. I think ultimately it fits in nicely with Logitech with that mantra that we try and do more with less. And on-demand talent can only help us live that more and more. That, like I say, we can achieve some of these really important strategic projects that are out of our existing comfort zone. We can achieve them quicker and better, bring all those expertise in-house, and then move on to the next project. And on-demand talent expands our options when it comes to accessing talent to be able to do that to the best of our ability.